Hello everyone, this is TT here, your coach of the Fire Crown Dallas, and this is BDL Week 1, and today we're facing off against Eternal Arum, Amada BDL, and coach of the Concord Cobalions. They have a very scary team with them, with the likes of Mew, Megalopony, Iron Treads, Rillaboom, Iron Jugulis, Serendipity, Pincurchin, Clawitzer, Flareon, and Dusclops. Now, while most of these mons do have an equal chance of coming, I really just think he's going to bring Mew, Megalop, Treads, Rillaboom, Jug, and Serendipity. My reasoning is because these 6 just outclass the rest of his other 4 mons by a lot. Sure, Dusclops can do some work as like the defensive option, and Pincurchin can provide terrain for Jug and Treads, but outside of that, I really don't see them coming, because he also can use his other mons, the other 6, as defensive roles as well, and not just all offensive. So, and of course, to lead off the team, to recap the team builder. So to lead off the team, we have Palafin with the Punching Glow. This get around any kinds of rocky helmets he may be running on something like a defensive Rillaboom or defensive Mew to get around Palafin. With Hero to 0, 4 HP, max attack, 4 defense, and close to max speed to outspeed the Serendipity. Next up, we have Mega Manectric with 106 static, with 106 speed, 106 HP, 106 defense, max special attack, and 44 speed with a timid nature. This lets us outpace his everything except for Megalopony, with Discharge, Overheat for Treads, Volt Switch, and Hyper Voice. Next up, we have Low Kicks with Choice Band to the Lens. Low Kicks, when Low Kick comes in, it can either do big damage or claim a kill on something. With Jolly Nature, max attack, 82 defense, and 204 speed. With Burst Impression, U-Turn, Sucker, Knockoff. Next up is Talonflame as one of our specially defensive switch-ins for stuff like Serendipity and Jugulis, because of how tough it is into our team. We have specially defensive Talonflame with heavy-duty boots, with Flame Body ability in case Lop or Rillaboom tries to hit me, or even physical Mew to burn it. Next up, with max HP for attack and max special defense with the Careful Nature, with Flare Blitz, U-Turn, Willow, and Roost. Flare Blitz hits basically everything minus Clawitzer, so it just felt like the best move. U-Turn is to pivoting out of there. Willow is to burn Lop and all that, who thinks that Lop thinks it can come in and just get rid of Talonflame. For physical Mew, who thinks it might kill Talonflame, etc. Then we have Screamtail with the Rocky Helmet for Synthesis. We our defensive check this week to Megalopony with Mac and Treads alike, and Rillaboom with max HP, max defense, and 4 special attack with the Bold Nature, with Psychic Noise, Wish, Thunder Wave, and Baton Pass. Next up, and finally last but not least, our second specially defensive check to Jugulis and alike is Ferrothorn, with Chopple Berry to eat a close combat for Megalopony. So with iron barbs, max HP, 4 special attack, max total defense, sassy nature. With with negative speed nature and 0 speed IVs, this is to hit Megalopony and Pheasantipity hard with our Gyro Ball. Next we have Knockoff, just a great utility move. Getting rid of items on his end could be crucial to our success for our other mons. Leech Seed to just overall be annoying, as only Rillaboom is immune to it. And finally, Stealth Rock to set up some hazards to help chip his things down to get them in range of stuff like Palafin and Low Kicks. And that about covers the team recap for BDL Week 1. So let's get into the battle. So as we see here in the battle, we have our opponent brought Clawitzer, Dusclops, Rillaboom, Mew, Flareon, and Treads. Not the team I expected, really. I was surprised by no Lop and no Jug, and Pheasantipity even didn't come. Very surprising from their end. Treads, Mew, and Rillaboom are here, though. Mew will be one of the most troublesome ones, though, since it could be anything. It could be physical, it could be special, it could be, Hazard League, anything. That's why Mew is so very good in draft, but also very hard to play, frustrating to play against. It can do anything. So my dedicated lead here is always Palafin to instantly transform from 0 to hero. The reason is because Palafin since I have a good defensive backbone for Palafin to fall back on, if I do get into a bad lead situation, it just makes the most sense to lead it here. So, like I said, I just tell him I surprise, Lop or Jug. I lead Palafin, he leads Rillaboom. I go straight into Ferrothorn. Now you're wondering, why did I go Ferrothorn? Reason is because I know he's going to Grassy Glide here. And it's also script. And Ferrothorn is still has very high physical defense. So it also helps save Screamtail from taking every single physical hit on the board. Plus Ferrothorn's resistance to Grassy Glide makes it better for it to take the hit than Screamtail does, even though it will basically chip down Rocky Helmet as well. So he Grassy Glides, it does 7, he takes Barb's Chip, heals up terrain, he knocks off my Chople, he gets hurt by Barbs again, I Stealth Rock. I then go for knock off myself as he U-turns. He takes Barbs again. He goes Clawitzer. I knock off Clawitzer's Life Orb. So now, without Life Orb, Clawitzer is basically neutralized without its Life Orb. Because Clawitzer is now much more weaker than it would be if it had the Life Orb still. So it's a very great thing to get rid of. But of course, so I'm checking calcs here and I'm like, okay, so I can probably live something. So I'm like, okay, then I'll just go freaking. I was like, maybe I think I Leech Seed here because I was like, okay, I can live anything, really. I doubt he stays in here because he wants to check for grass move. Yeah. So he goes Rillaboom as I Leech Seed. He's immune to it, obviously. And this time I go for knockoff again because, again, I either get rid of your item or I get rid of someone else's item. Except for Clawitzer. Trezreal's boots, and we knock off those boots. Trez sets those rocks. I set Leech Seed on it to sap some health and gain our own. And Rillaboom turns out to be Terrain Extender because Terrain lasted longer than 5 turns. So interesting. So he's going for a Terrain sort of setup here. So I'm like, okay, this turn I just click Gyro Ball, because Treads doesn't do much to me, and sure it can EQ, but that's not going to do too much to me at all. And if he hits me with anything else, then he's basically saying bye-bye to HP. Plus, sure, he can spin, but I can set up rocks again, because I'm slower than him, meaning that I'll always set up rocks or Leech Seed on him before he spins it away. And after he spins. So it just becomes a stalemate at that point for him anyway. So I'm like, okay, I just click Gyro Ball here. It hits basically anything. And if Flareon comes in, I have my switch into that. So I'm just like, okay, just Gyro Ball. It hits basically everything except Flareon and Clawitzer, who are resistant to it. And it also will help me chip down Treads a bit for stuff like Palafin, Low Kicks, and Manectric. So I go for Gyro Ball, and he brings out Rillaboom. I'm like, okay. It's like, huh? So I go straight for Gyro Ball, and Rillaboom dies. So I was like, was he trying to predict my knockoff or something? Or did he try to predict me to Leech Seed again and to spin? I don't know. All I do know is that now Rillaboom's gone, meaning that Terrain will be gone soon. That's great for me. Not great for him, but it's fine for me, because that means I no longer have to worry about any Terrain shenanigans that he may try to pull. So it's then at this point that he reveals that it was actually a misclick from him. He didn't mean to go Rillaboom expecting anything. And I learned later that his Treads he actually meant to Rapids with Treads, but he accidentally misclicked to switch in Rillaboom, which really sucks for him, because looks like he was indeed going for a terrain-focused play there. So that really sucks for him, but it happens. We're humans. Make mistakes. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just try to come back in. I'm just like, okay, I'll just Leech Seed, because you spin, Leech Seed comes out, and I gain HP back. So do you, but I get healthier. Now Terrain's finally gone. He goes hard Flareon as I Stealth Rock again, and I go Scream Tail. He Trailblazes on my Scream Tail, critting me. Doesn't matter much though. Raise speed. I go Stacking Noise, which is 12. He Flare Blitzes, which is 38. Now in hindsight, I should have Wished here, because I could have played off like I had Protect, and I don't. So then I go Talonflame to try to save Scream Tail. It still has some use if the Mew is physical. So he goes for Quick Attack. I go Roost because it can stall him out of HP. I then go for U-turn here. I'm like, okay, now I can just pivot straight into Palafin on this Flareon. It's free as all heck. Just caught Real's Frisk and U-turn. Hides my Brute. He's Eviolite. I go straight into Low Kicks. I go for Knockoff. 66. Get rid of his Eviolite. He goes for Trick Room. I'm like, alright, I just knock off again. Either kill Dusclops here, do Chip Treads more, or do Chip Clawitzer more, or take off your item on Flareon or Mew. It's a win-win. So he goes for Memento. I'm like, okay, I guess that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what his plan was there, but ignore the sirens going on in the background. I'm like, okay, well, if you want to do that, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to switch out easily here. He brings in Clawitzer, takes rocks damage. I go Ferrothorn, kind of like he's trying to go Water Pulse. And Talonflame or something. I then try to Leech Seed, but miss. As he goes for Aura Spear, which does 53%. I Gyro Ball because I'm like, okay, I don't need Ferrothorn anymore. Cause like at this point, I don't need Ferrothorn anymore. I have healthy Talonflame, And I don't even need Ferrothorn no more, because Jug's not here. And Mew's special, I can use Talonflame as a way to wall it. So he goes for Water Pulse, expecting me to switch out to again, and goes for Water Pulse one last time after Trickery Mins. And kills me. I then go low kick, so I'm like, okay. I just go U-turn here, because if he switches out into like Flareon or Treads, expecting first impression to slow the first impression, then I just go U-turn. It kills this as well, so I just U-turn. Low kick gets the kill. I go into Palafin because it threatens Treads, threatens Flareon, and if Mew doesn't have a super effective move to hit Palafin, Finn survives every single hit from Mew, except if it has like grass or electric move to hit it with. So, and if he does, then it's like, okay, but still, you have to take damage, because I have Jet Punch here. So he goes Treads, like, okay, I just Jet Punch here. You switch into Mew, realizing your mistake, then it's whatever. You sack Flareon, that's again, okay. I don't care. Jet Punch is free here, so I Jet Punch, it kills the Treads. And then he said, yeah, they say they need to pray that I didn't have that. I was like, but why wouldn't I have Jet Punch? Like, legitimately. Jet Punch lets me outspeed your Lop. It lets me outspeed Mew that I'm 1 point slower than right now. And Jet Punch is just so good here that it makes no sense for me not to bring it. So he goes Mew, I Jet Punch, because again it outspeeds everything. He Roosts. I Jet Punch again, and I crit this time, doing 51, which was unfortunate for him. He Calm Minds as I Jet Punch again, does 36. He then Roosts. I say sorry to him. I Jet Punch again, goes down to 26. He Roosts up again. Like, okay, you just want to play this game of roosting and setting up? That's fine with me. I will keep bringing you down. Because once this Mew is chipped, you have no way to get around me, around my other Mons anymore. So I just had to keep Mew chipped. Staying with Palafin is not that important here. If anything, it gives Mew more HP. Basically, I give Mew a free turn if I set up here, so it's better to Jet Punch to force it to roost more. Because the more it uses Roost, the less time it has to heal itself. So I Jet Punch again. Brings it down to that. He goes to 91 from Roost. I Jet Punch again. He Calm Minds. Go 58. I Jet Punch again. Brings it down to 24. He Roosts. I Jet Punch again. He has 3 Roosts left. He Roosts again. I Jet Punch again. Does 32. And he's stacking noises, doing 79, and preventing my Drain Punch, but I was going to Drain Punch anyway. And then you go for Jet Punch to bring it down to 33, and he goes down to 23. And then stacking noises killing Palafin. I ring low kicks. I first impression. And then Flareon dies to rocks. So GG's Arm, great game. I know that misclick really sucked for you, but I still think even if you didn't misclick, I still had in the bag there. It still had a pretty good chance. I'm pretty sure I still won there though, because like I said, even if you did spend away rocks again, Ferrothorn was still going to be annoying for your Treads either way because of the Leech Seed and all that. And when you spin, I set up the rocks or Leech Seed after you go. So it's like, sure you still keep terrain in your terrain extender, but it doesn't do too much for you really. And sure, there is some tech you probably didn't get to use, but outside of that, I really don't think it mattered too much because, like I said, my walls are very good at walling the things that they were meant to wall. So GG's Aram. You played well, and hope to see you in playoffs, bud. This is TT, your coach of the Fire Crown Dallas, signing off.